The next award is the Victoria Day Award for Public and Community Service by a Younger Victorian, the Young Victorian of the Year. And this year it's awarded to Wesa Chau. While still at university, Wesa saw the struggle international students were facing while studying in Australia. And as a result, she founded the Australian Federation of International Students, the AFIS, in 2002. Her vision was and is to bridge the gap between international students and the wider community, and to establish a one-stop shop to support international students. Although Wesa's main profile is with international students, her interests and skills extend far beyond that. Wesa also helps shape Victoria's multicultural community. She is currently employed full-time by the ADEC, the Advocacy, Disability, Ethnicity Community, as a direct services team manager. The ADEC's objective is to help people with a disability from ethnic communities. Her senior management role exemplifies her capability of managing on a broad scale. She currently leads a diverse team of 23 from different ethnic backgrounds and employs migrants and refugees, some with disabilities, and services thousands of vulnerable clients annually. Wesa also shares her knowledge and experience with other young people, local and international students, and helps them realise their potential through mentorship. Her enthusiasm often inspires others to get actively involved in her projects and to engage themselves in issues concerning our diverse community. Such participation often results in enhancing the lives of others in our society. Wesa is also a counsellor at 3ZZZ, Australia's ethnic community radio, the largest ethnic radio station in Australia. She is the youngest counsellor in the history of the station. She is currently qualified to be a trainer in community radio and provides training to volunteers at 3ZZZ and other radio stations. She is Deputy President of the Chinese Community Council of Australia, Victorian chapter, the peak body that represents the Australian Chinese community. Wesa's broad skills, knowledge, interests and friendly personality have enabled her to be a link for diverse communities to share between one another and respect one another's differences. Wesa not only represents the Chinese community, but as a role model for all young Victorians. Please join me in congratulating Wesa.
Councillor Susan Riley, Norman Kennedy, Chair of the Victoria Day Council, Judy Madigan, MLA representing the Premier, Honourable John Brumby. Thank you very much for the trustees of the Victoria Day Council for selecting me to represent young Victorians. I'm very proud. And I also would like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land in which we stand today, and pay my respects to the elders past and present. When I first started the Australian Federation of International Students, I never thought that the organisation could have grown so quickly and also to attract public attention Australia-wide. It started as a very small organisation to provide social support for international students, and at a time when international students' issues were not discussed. And now it is a national organisation providing support to international students, cultural education to service providers and education providers, as well as advocating for international students who may not be comfortable advocating for themselves. And of course, this success didn't come just from me, but also a team of very dedicated people. And especially I want to thank Douglas Choi, who's the Executive Officer for AFIS, who've established the direct support arm of AFIS, as well as helping the organisation to expand on a national level. Also Darren and Lena staying up very late nights trying to develop the conference papers, media releases, and submissions to inquiries, Lynette always jumping in the last minute to deliver speeches. And also Mandela and Arthur, newer committee members who are doing a fabulous job in promoting the organisation. And through establishing the organisation, there are ups and downs, and there's one thing that I learned through this experience, and that's if you have a vision, do not give up, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and faith and trust will always get you there. And professionally, I work at ADEC, which stands for Advocacy, Disability, Ethnicity, Community. We help people with disability from ethnic communities. And in this experience, we were actually working in an environment which I call a melting pot of very diverse background people. And in cooking, if we want to cook delicious food, of course we need the right ingredients, right timing, right temperature to cook delicious food. And similarly, in working in an environment with very diverse people, we need the right support, we need the right timing, and also working very hard to achieve that. And just yesterday, we organised a dinner dance for people from ethnic communities and their carers, people with disability and their carers at a restaurant. For you and me sitting in this room, this may be something very common to us, but for these people, caring for people with disability, it is once in their lifetime. And one lady actually said to me, before she left, she said, "I cry every day, but today I'm very, very happy." It shows that small appreciation, a gesture of appreciation and celebration to these people can make a difference. And I also like to thank colleagues at ADEC who may not realise it, but they're the people who taught me what diversity really means, and also a very supportive Executive Director, Alicia Kubiczynski, thank you very much. And I now would like to invite Mandela, who's an international student from Sri Lanka, to say a few words. She'll share with us her story, her journey coming to Australia to study, and what this means.